We have talked about resurrection of your life all the way down the line. Been 40 days coming up to the end of this 6-week journey, and here we are on the last presentation. I've talked to you about what Solomon says in Ecclesiastes chapter 11, verses 1 through 5, and we've talked about the various principles of investment. I talked about the principle of investment, the principle of diversification, the principle of preparation. I talked about the principle of venturing. All of these things we've talked about. And we come down now, dovetailing on what we talked about the last time that we made a presentation, trusting in God. Ladies and gentlemen, when all of these things are said and done, when it comes down to that resurrection of your life, you've got to have God and know that you are His child and that God is your Father. I'm reminded as I close of a situation whereby there was this airplane that had taken off and they were moving, and all of a sudden the captain came on the intercom and says, "We are about to experience difficulty with weather. Everybody sit down and buckle up." And then they got into those turbulent winds and clouds that tossed and turned that airplane from one side to another. Everybody quickly buckled up their seat belts, put their heads between their knees, and everybody was like praying. And that was this little boy who was just going all over the airplane, just running up and down the aisles and taking his little car, running it on the walls of the airplane, just back and forth, up and down. And a man was jittery and scared, and he sat there and watched the little boy and grabbed him and said, "Little boy, go somewhere and sit down." Said, "Didn't you hear what the captain said about being in turbulence?" The little boy looked at the man and said, "But I'm not worried about it." He said, "Why aren't you worried?" He says, "Because my father is the captain of this airplane, and my daddy knows that I am on board." I say that to say to you, that's the way it is with all of us who know the Lord. All of us who want and need a resurrected life. No matter how difficult it has been, no matter how rough the road is now, no matter how the going gets tough in days to come, I am a child of the King. And in this old world that's tossed, turned, topsy-turvy, it makes no difference. My Father knows that I am on board. I have a Father. I trust in God. Wherever I may be, out on the land, out on the raging sea, my Father watches over me. It is because of Jesus Christ, being in His hand, trusting Him, knowing that He's with me, that I cannot help but have, after these 6 weeks, 40 days, a resurrected life. Join me on the other side of Easter as we move proudly toward a new and resurrected life. I know you're prepared now for Sunday. As it relates to Resurrection Sunday, we've been sacrificing all week, all month, all 6 weeks, our activities, our foods, and we're ready to make our presentations on Resurrection Sunday with a resurrected life. God bless you, keep you. Thank you for joining me in this journey of 6 weeks and 40 days. God bless you.